Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from the Modern Pythian Games team and the International Pythian Council. Today, I have the pleasure to welcome you all to the launching of the first session of our brand new talk show, the Modern Pythian Games talk show with Rania, organized and supported by Modern Pythian Games. Modern Pythian Games, under the leadership of Mr. Bijender Goel, is the first global cultural movement which aims to unify arts, cultures, and traditional games through collaboration. And it's really a great honor and privilege for me to be the project director and host of this new program. I'm Rania from Greece. I'm a multi-awarded global educator, STEM instructor, ICT teacher trainer, researcher, and I'm working at the Greek Ministry of Education and the Greek Astronomy Space Company. And I'm also Global Ambassador of Language, Literary and Oratory Arts, as well as Education of the International Pythian Council and the National Ambassador of Ecumenical Delphic Union. This new talk show attempts to explore the fascinating world of arts and culture through interviews with important personalities from different areas of human activity. And it aims to give listeners an overview and at the same time an in-depth analysis on the subject of the day. A lot of love and enthusiasm has been invested in this project, and we hope that the outcome will match your expectations. We're looking forward to your participation, and I warmly thank Modern Pythian Games and especially Mr. Bijender Goel for this wonderful opportunity. The main belief and principle of Modern Pythian Games is that art and culture, as well as artists and players, should be brought to the forefront of the society. Arts and cultures are linked very closely to the fundamental sense of self. They act as a collective memory of society. They have always been a creative way to preserve history, presenting various views and scenarios through the ages. Through expressive outlets such as paintings, sculptures, music, literature, and other art forms, artists preserve life as we know it even better than historical fact-based records. Arts and cultures have been instrumental in bringing forth opinions that stood out and questioned the status quo, because art is often a vehicle for social change. Governments use murals, paintings, sculptures, drama, movies, and songs in order to change public opinion and launch public informational campaigns. Art is also communicative because it helps people from various cultures understand and communicate with each other through songs, pictures, and stories, and people often relate to other societies and cultures through their artistic representations. And artists are those who provide intellectual, emotional insights into society at large, impacting the masses and challenging the status quo. So art helps cultures and nations unite and boosts economic growth, helping the world become a prettier, better, and happier place to live in. Modern Pythian Games provides many opportunities for future tourist infrastructure, for culture, many benefits that our first guest today will analyze in details. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to all our audience our first guest speaker, who is none other than the founder of Modern Pythian Games and founding secretary of the National Pythian Council, Mr. Bijender Goel. Welcome you. I would like to thank you for inaugurating my new program, and I'm sure we will have a very enriching discussion.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rania, and I congratulate you for this new beginning and for this new program. And I am hopeful this talk show will set a milestone for the Modern Pythian Games around the globe. And good evening from India. Kalashpera.
Kalispera.
Everybody. So
thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for starting such a lovely program.
My pleasure. So you know that I embraced this significant project since the beginning, and I have been supporting it till now because first, it's a project which honors a lot my country, Greece, and especially ancient Greece, When I was a kid, I loved reading ancient Greek literature and mythology, and I was very fascinating. And I started reading texts in ancient Greek language at an early age in primary school. So my first question would be, how did you get inspiration for the revival of ancient Pythian games?
Yes, Rania, the idea of bringing back the Pythian games actually came to my mind during the COVID time. Many artists was facing hardship, they were struggling, and everybody was looking for new job opportunities, and they were facing a lot of financial crisis. In fact, the artists were dying with the lack of money and the support. This pushed me to think of a new solution. So this idea came up within my mind, and I wanted to make sure no one could copy it. So I started looking into the Greek history and found the Pythian games there, which used to happen alongside the Olympics till 394 AD. Surprisingly, this game had not been revived with their real name so far. That made me to decide to bring them back. The revival isn't just about history. It is a celebration of our shared heritage and promotes values like athleticism, artistry, and cultural endeavor and exchange. So this is actually how I came up with the idea, and you will find it. The fusion of art, culture, and sports is the only idea at this time existing in the world. And the second, why it is unique, we are creating infrastructure virtually as well as physically. So you will find the activities in all activities in Pythian games. It may be sports, it may be art, it may be cultures, it will be virtually and physically.
We said before, yes, that artists are those creative thinkers and makers who provide societies with inspiration and joy, interaction, and those who are thoughtful or critical to our political, economic, and social systems, pushing governments to engage thoughtfully and make steps towards social progress. But although being an artist is a fulfilling path, artists often encounter challenges, as you said, struggles and obstacles along the way. So the challenge for most artists is usually resources. A universal concern for art graduates nowadays is how they will pay for studio materials, not to mention bills, and what time will be left for actually making art. So another, of course, challenge is artists are facing is finding good opportunities to share and showcase their work more broadly. So this is a gap that Modern Pythian Games is here to cover. So thank you very much for your brilliant response. And now I think it's important for our audience to give us some more information about the Pythian Games in antiquity, in ancient Greece.
Rania, the Pythian games, as you know, you are from Greece. Pythian games as in history. They are known as one of the Pan-Hellenic games. Olympic games and Pythian games, they have the same history. They existed in the same era, and they discontinued at the same time in 394 AD. These games were held every 4 years in the scared sanctuary of Delphi. These games featured a diverse range of events, including athletic competitions like chariot races, combat sports, as well as artistic contests such as music, poetry, and painting. These games were dedicated to the god Apollo. The god Apollo is the god of music and prophecy, making them a unique blend of athleticism and artistry. That's why Pythian game has its own importance. And it was ranked second behind the Olympics at that time, Rania. So you can understand the importance.
Mhm. Yes, it is interesting to say that also the origins of the Pythian games are mythological in nature because according to a legend, a giant snake called Python tried to kill Leto, the mother of Apollo. Apollo vowed revenge against the snake who tried to kill his mother and tracked it down to the area where the temple and the Oracle of Delphi is located today. And after a grueling fight, he managed to kill the beast. And Apollo's fellow gods saw this act as a pure murder and were displeased with Apollo. So in order to appease them, God Apollo founded the Oracle of Delphi in the Pythian Games. The first Pythian Games were hosted back to 582 before Jesus Christ at Delphi. The games took place every 4 years, and 2 years after the Olympic Games during the month of August. And also, interesting information is that 6 months before these games, 9 people from Delphi, known as Theory, would travel around the 6 states of Greece to announce that the Pythian Games were about to begin. And this signified the beginning of a sacred truce that lasted for years. So the aims of this truce, of this peace, temporary peace, during which armed robbery was also prohibited, was to ensure the safe travels of Theory. So if a state violated this truce, they would only get banned from the games. This is also very important. The meaning of Pythian Games has to do also with peace ideals. And as you said, the Pythian Games stand apart from the Olympic Games because they focused more artistic rather than athletic competitions. So why are Pythian Games are important in Greece? And of course, why modern Pythian Games are important nowadays? What do you think about it?
Rania, as you said, there is a lot of mythology behind the Pythian games. And there are some other mythologies also. It is said there were 12 tribes in Delphi that time, around Delphi, who used to fight each other to take over the temple of god Apollo. To establish peace among them, the lady Pythia called upon them and to ask them to take over this temple turn by turn every 4 years. And a Delphi peace accord war came into force at that time. A Delphi peace accord took place between these tribes. And this was implemented just 6 months before the implementation of Pythian Games. So the people at that time, the all wars, all conflict between the people just get stopped. The people comes to Delphi, they come, enjoy, they celebrate, they do poetry, they do painting, they do music, dancing and sports. So it became a place of conflict resolution that time, and that established peace in that region. This second mythology also, it is I'm not sure how you can say, because as per Hindu traditions or cultures, we treat the center of earth, the Mount Kailasha, at the moment in China. The Mount Kailasha is we treat it as a center of the earth. But as per Greek mythology or the European mythology, the center of earth is Delphi. So I don't want to go in such anything, but lot of mythology is existing between, if you talk about Indian culture, Hindu culture or the Greek culture, because your culture, the Greek culture also talks about the gods, but in different name. We also talk about, we believe in gold. So all mythology works there. The Pythian Games has held immense significance in ancient Greece for many regions. They were a symbol of Greek unity, attracting participants and spectators from all over the Greece. This helped them to get united. These games also paid homage to the god Apollo and the oracle of Delphi. It was like a central religious institution. Moreover, they fostered cultural exchange, making it a platform for not just physical prowess, but also artistic expression, creating a well-rounded celebration of Greek culture. This is how it became very important in the ancient Greece, and it became a center of conflict resolution at that time.
Definitely, as you said, it's about cultural exchange. Pythian Games offered the chance for participants from various Greek city-states to interact and compete in a friendly environment. Participants' understanding, cooperation, and friendship were all cultivated as a result of this cultural exchange. We talked about the importance of sacred truths because Pythian Games were preceded by a holy tradition known as ekechiria, is a Greek word. So all hostilities and conflicts between Greek cities were put on hold during the games, thanks to this peaceful period. And of course, the Pythian Games served as a forum for diplomacy because politicians, thinkers, and intellectuals from different city-states would assemble during these games to talk about topics of common interest. So definitely, the Pythian Games contributed to the growth of peace, of stability, and a sense of solidarity among the Greek city-states by bringing people together, putting a stop to every disagreement and offering a forum for discussion. And you mentioned about Delphi. Delphi, as you said, it's a significant sanctuary in ancient Greece and the location where Pythian Games took place. So can you elaborate more on the significance of Delphi as a Pan-Hellenic sanctuary?
Yes, Rania, as I already told you, as per Greek mythology or European mythology, Delphi was believed to be the center of world in the Greek mythology. And it was home to the oracle of Delphi. It is believed the god Apollo was set to communicate with mortals. This scared status made Delphi a place of pilgrimage. It's a holy place for Greeks from all regions, transcending political and cultural boundaries. Holding Pythian Games at Delphi symbolized the unity of Greek world and the importance of religious and cultural heritage. That's why Delphi was very significant at that time in ancient Greece because it has a lot of importance and a lot of religious belief due to god Apollo. Yes.
Yes, definitely. The place where the Pythian Games were held, Delphi was of extremely high importance for ancient Greeks and Romans alike, because this where the famous oracle of Delphi was located, god Apollo was also the god of prophecy, and this was his greatest temple. Yes, definitely. And Delphi was also considered to be center of the world. According to myth, Zeus, the king of the gods, wanted to find out where the center of the world was. So he launched two eagles, one towards the east and another during the east, the west. And the eagles were let go at exactly the same time and traveled at precisely the same speed, and their paths crossed above Delphi. So this proved to Zeus that the center of the world was there. So in order to signify and celebrate this, an elaborate ornate stone carving known as omphalos was placed there. Definitely, yes. Now, I would like to ask you, what is the symbolism of the logo?
Yes, Rania, it's a very lovely question because when we designed this logo, you will not believe this has not been designed by any graphic designer or any designer. It just uh, designed by me. In this logo, we have 8 rings, and each ring represent to 8 art category, which we have defined in the Modern Pythian Games. We have 8 art categories. These are music art, performing art, visual art, social art, like this. And the sun is the sign of God Apollo. So in other words, you can say, it look like a solar system of there you can see the 8 planets around the sun, and it is a complete solar system and a universe which has no limit. And in the other way, arts has also no limit. So this logo has been designed to bring whole world together with a punchline or tagline, you can say, unifying the nations through art, culture, and the traditional games. Yes, this is our logo.
A brilliant concept. And we know that you have a special personal relationship to sports. Is it true?
Yeah, this is a fact. I am a sportsman. You can say I'm the father of Taekwondo in my state, Haryana state. I introduced Taekwondo in the year 1984. Then I competed in the international competitions, and I was part of the Olympic committee of my state for about 6 years, from 1994 to 2000. And of course, I had also experience and exposure in the politics also. I held some positions in the central government as well as I remained in the rank of a minister. I had the opportunity to work with the former president of India also. So disaster management was also my field. And now, you see, I'm working in the field of art, culture, and the games, sports. I think I don't know what is further in my life.
Yes. A lot of experience and wisdom that you have collected. And now with all this wisdom and experience, how do you envision the modern Pythian games,
I envision the modern Pythian game as a grand celebration of athleticism and artistry. It is a platform where athletes and artists from around the world can come together to showcase their talents, foster cultural exchange, and uphold the spirit of unity that ancient games represented. It's not just about competition. It is about celebrating human potential in all forms.
Through the implementation of modern games in each country. Yes.
As I told you, Rania, Pythian game is a revolution. You know, it is taking shape as a first cultural movement of the world. Primary objective of reviving the Pythian games is to reconnect with our culture heritage and promote the value of sportsmanship, artistic expression, and international collaboration. It is aimed to inspire a sense of unity among participants and spectators, while creating a platform for showcasing the best in sports and the arts. It is also important in today's time, art, culture, and sports, you can treat it as a biggest industry of the world. It is generating employment more than two other sectors in the world. But it is scattered in a unorganized way. If you talk, Rania, This is an industry of more than 100 billion euros. Not 100, sorry, it's more than thousands. And if you are able to bring this sector to an organized sector, this is going to change the economies of the world, of the different nations. This is going to generate employment. This is going to make your currency very strong in coming times. So it is, it is going to boost your tourism. It's going to give opportunities and employment to the people. So it's a new hope for the coming generations. This revival is necessity of the time, and I think I am the only mediator. It is a wish of the God that we are doing. Yeah, this is my opinion. Yes.
Yes, it's definitely a revolution because, as you said, it has so many benefits, employment for people and infrastructures, and this will help financially many vulnerable groups and many, such as people with disabilities. And so many, as you mentioned, benefits through governments and private sectors in all countries should take into consideration all these perspectives that we suggest. Pythian Games, how we go along with values? What's social promoting?
Social values of the modern Pythian game is to promote artistic creativity, sportsmanship, cultural appreciation, international cooperation, and the preservation of historical traditions. These social values are at the core of our mission, and we believe they can contribute positively to the society, and it will play a very important role in bringing the nations together. It will help in bringing the people together. It will help bringing peace among the people. Yes, Rania.
Definitely, peace, I think, is the most important of all of these values, and of course, collaboration and resolution of conflicts. So, when will the Modern Pythian Games be launched, approximately?
Rania, we have already planned. When we developed the concept, we planned to hold first Pythian Games, the Grand Pythian Games, in 2027. As per lunar calendar of Greek lunar calendar, it was supposed to be held on 23rd of August 2023 this year when we landed on the moon. And now I believe when the Pythian Games used to take place in the ancient Greeks, there was some cosmic alignment that time also. So as per next Greek lunar calendar, these games should be held between 7th to 10th September 2027. And we are working hard to stick to these dates and to hold the first Pythian Games in coming times. However, we have already started our activities. We have started creating our infrastructures worldwide. And I know you are contributing a lot to this cause. You are bringing the whole world together. Thank you so much, Rania, for your this dedication, and you are working voluntary, and I admire it. I'm so grateful to you.
Yes, as I said, it's a great honor and pleasure. And until then, until 2027, of course, we have organized many other events in many countries, both online and offline. Certainly. So what art categories will be presented? Because I know that you have introduced also robotics and STEM.
Rania, Modern Pythian Game will introduce several innovative aspects in comparison to the Olympic Games. The Olympic game focuses primarily on the traditional sports. The Pythian Games will incorporate a wider range of events, including niche and cultural competitions. We aim to celebrate not only physical prowess but also artistic talents, making it truly holistic celebration of human achievements. We have categorized Pythian games into 8 art categories, which had lot of genres and subgenres. The first art category is music and instrumental arts. Then we have performing arts as a second category. Third category we have the social arts. The fourth is language arts. Then fifth is architecture and ecology. We have given space to the social arts also, as well as we have given space to the digital arts. The 8th category which we have included is the martial arts, traditional games, e-sports, air sports, all entertainment and adventure games, and all those games which is not covered by the Olympic Committee, we have covered under the Pythian Games. Even recently, we have included the cricket for visually impaired and physically challenged people into the charter of Pythian Games. And now demand is, lot of application has come to me. The demands are increasing even for the tennis ball cricket, short ball cricket, and so many sports they want to come under the umbrella of Pythian Games. And in my opinion, we have no right to restrict the sports activities or artistic or cultural activities. If somebody comes to you and they want an umbrella and they want a platform to perform, we should offer them. So Pythian Games has no limit, as its logo also speaks. So a lot of activities are going to take place, and in Pythian Games we have given space to lot of governance to the women also, as well as other people also. So people are governing the modern Pythian Games. It has become a cultural movement and it is governed by them all. Yes.
Definitely youth and women are important social categories that should be engaged actively in modern Pythian games. And you have also integrated in these categories, you said, digital technologies and robotics, which is a promising field because it can help us deal with complex global problems like climate change or agriculture or the transport sector or social care, all many important domains nowadays. And what is more significant is to try to engage students in schools, if it's possible, in this. Because unfortunately, arts are underestimated in the school curriculum all around the world. And this is unfair because art classes are a niche for a few talented masterminds. The art in schools enrich, improve, inspire the students. Art speaks a universal language that anyone can understand and learn, so it makes the world a more colorful place for students. On the other hand, sports integration helps students develop skills such as collaboration, self-initiative, self-direction, self-discipline, teamwork, responsibility, citizenship. So I think that involving students in this would be very beneficial. Now I'd like to ask you, has the idea of a revival of Pythian games gained popularity among the Indian people so far?
Rania, you see, the concept of Pythian games is becoming so popular around the world, not only in India, but around the world. And you have observed in last 6 months, the courage for the Pythian games is increasing very fast. Now they are taking legal shape in their countries. Even you are also observing every week you are conducting virtual programs, or every program you have the people from different countries. So it is going to I again say it is a cultural revolution which is going to happen, which you are leading now. This is going to help everybody. So they know, because you see, art is in everybody. It may be you or me or anybody. So some people express and some people don't express. But everybody has their own art and everybody want to support such activities. There are so many sports around the world. They don't have any platform. Now they all thinking, yes, now they have something with them and they are coming to the Pythian Games. So I think the popularity is growing up and you will see a lot of activities coming times, not only in India, but around the globe. Yes.
Yes, yes, this is this is evident. I just wanted to know about what was the first reaction of Indians when we first launched this.
Indians are very crazy. You see, we are going to launch a quiz program very soon. And the starting is from India. In the first phase, we have targeted to, if the 100,000 people join it, we have already experimented with the online poetry and painting competition. About 300 participants participated in it. But it was just a beginning. It was just an experiment. And now we are becoming more professional. Even we have just recently our YouTube channel, as well as we have attained the capability to live stream our events globally. Our viewership is increasing, and now on this platform, every artist I'm talking about has the right to come and express their vision. They can showcase their art, they can speak about their art. So now they will have all the charity. So this channel is going to be the channel of the artist where they can express themselves. There is no such channel in the world at this moment, but Pythian Game is going to do it. Yes.
So you have taken already important steps.
Yes, of course.
You have formed also some over 20 committees in states, in Indian states.
In India, we recently called a meeting of the National Committee, and the representative for more than 18 states participated. And you won't believe the state presidents of every state is almost all serving government official or very senior officials who's retired. The executive board is consisting of artists, businessmen, sportsmen, as well as the bureaucrats, as well as the political part also. Even you won't believe one of the minister in Meghalaya is the president of state of Meghalaya. So now the craze is picking up in India, you know. So, and the same way, now see, Bangladesh is moving ahead, Philippines is moving ahead, Kenya is moving ahead, Greece is already in process, and now Mr. Jallo from Senegal and he's working in two countries. The USA is also in action. Lot of our countries, they will take legal shape very soon. And you know, I told you, it's a cultural movement. So it is not in my hand. I just developed the idea. Now it is governed by them.
Definitely many countries so far. Australia also is involved. Philippines, as you said, and Bangladesh. So far, what are your feelings and personal experiences of this revival? Of what we have achieved so far?
As far as professionally is concerned, we have achieved everything in my life. Working for artists, for sportsmen, this experience is awesome and wonderful. And I think today, if I can do something, I can develop something for them, which can be as useful for every artist, and they will remember they have regular income from this concept. I'll be grateful, I think. Then I think I have done something for the people. So my thought process is very simple, that all artists Either they are living in the villages or in the other cities. They must have access to the system. So I have created two platforms, that is virtual and the physical. So virtually they can connect to the organization straightway. They can go to and register themselves. Then it becomes the responsibility of the physical structure to reach them, to assess them, to make available the opportunities for them. And I think it will happen if we have a good structure, we have good thought process, we have willingness to work. This will happen. This will be a revolution, I tell you. This is going to happen.
Yes, it's absolutely a revolution. I feel also very emotional with all this discussion, and thank you very much for promoting my country also.
This is
Yes.
this is the idea.
It's ancient Greece.
This is
I'm really
Rania.
thankful about this.
No, Rania, this is not promoting the concept or culture for any country. Pythian Games, which was based on the Delphi Peace Accord, which established peace in the region about 2600 years back. And I think this is marvelous idea, which I inspired from that idea and developed the modern Pythian games. So now, because Pythian game was the idea of Greece, so I think we both countries, I am from India, you are from Greece, we both countries should work together to promote this idea.
Yes, it's an international project, of course, which draws inspiration from ancient Greece. And last May, you were invited to Greece by our Prime Minister, Mr. Kyriakos Mitsotakis. He presented this project in Delphi Economic Forum. How was this experience? I think it's a great achievement.
Yeah, it was really a great achievement for me because you see, everything is planned in, in the heaven, you can say. I have no idea, I have no plan to come to Greece. I never thought I will meet you. I never thought that you will become a mediator for me between India and Greece. But all happened. And today you are interviewing myself about the Pythian Games. So I don't know what is happening, but something is happening. We are working for the humanity. We are the mediators, and it is someone that's a spiritual power, you can say, the God, you can say, if you believe in it. But something is making you the mediator to execute this work for the humanity and the peace of the world that I am doing now.
Yes. It's a great important perception, what you say. Nowadays, I think that this first cultural global movement should be promoted because this will help nations, countries not only unite, collaborate, and make great steps towards peace. So, thank you very much, Mr. Bijender Goel, for this wonderful discussion. I'm sure it was very constructive and very enriching. We talked about Modern Pythian Games, how this gets inspiration from ancient Pythian games, which were held at Delphi. We talked about Delphi, which was of extremely high importance for ancient Greece and Romans, because the famous oracle, the priestess known as Pythia, was there. Who provided rulers of city-states with prophecies. We talked about the advantages and benefits of modern Pythian games, how this will help nations thrive and bring economic growth. All the social values behind this cultural movement, which of course have to do with collaboration, with resolution of conflicts, with peaceful settlements. We talked about the art categories and what is new in comparison to Olympic Games, and the introduction also of digital technologies, which is important also if we talk about schools also. The objectives and the main goals, specific goals of this project, the steps that the National Pythian Council has taken towards the promotion of and implementation of Modern Pythian Games objectives. And really, I strongly believe in this project. That's why I'm supporting it. I'm sure that our audience is very, very exciting, and this is an open call. You are all invited to join in this movement, regardless of age, regardless of race, regardless of religion, of any country. You are all invited to join us. Thank you very much, Mr. Bijender Goel, for this wonderful interview. And thank you all the audience who watched us today on this platform. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rania. Thank you so much. I am hopeful. This journey of reviving the modern Pythian games has been incredibly rewarding. It's been a labor of love, fueled by a passion of history, culture, sports, and the arts. Witnessing the enthusiasm and support from the people around the world has been inspiring. The prospect of bringing together nations to celebrate our shared human potential is a dream I am deeply committed to, and I look forward to seeing it become a reality. Thank you for the opportunity to share the vision of the Modern Pythian Games with your audience. Thank you so much, Rania.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.